After 8 years of being excluded, I bought a beachfront resort, then booked it full. I told my mom, just like your house, mine's out of room. My name is Amelia and I'm a freelance graphic designer. Olivia, my sister, is 35 and married to Mike. They have 4 children, Jack, 12, Ava, 10, James, 8, and Arya, 6. Evelyn, our 62-year-old mother, has always played favorites. Guess who was not a favorite? For the past 8 years, our family has had the custom of spending 2 weeks each summer at Mom's Beach Cottage in North Carolina. It's a nice-sized home with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a lovely view of the beach. There's plenty of space for a typical family gathering, right? Wrong. Every year, without fail, Mom would call me in March with the same speech. Amelia, honey, I'm so sorry, but there's just not enough room at the beach house this year. Olivia's family is so big now, and you know how the kids need their space. Maybe next year we can work something out. Meanwhile, Olivia would receive royal treatment. Mom would spend weeks preparing for their arrival, equipping the house with all of their favorite delicacies, purchasing new beach toys for the kids, and essentially spreading out the red carpet. Olivia's family would pack into that house like they owned it, scattering their belongings everywhere and acting as if they were the only ones who mattered. What was the worst part? Every summer, my 2 children, Alex, 9, and Mia, 7, would ask me why they couldn't go to Grandma's beach cottage like their cousins. What was I supposed to tell them? That Grandma didn't consider us important enough? It wasn't just about vacation space. This was about 8 years of witnessing Mom go above and beyond for Olivia while treating me as an afterthought. Olivia married her college lover, Mike, shortly after graduation, gave birth to 4 children in 6 years, and somehow became Mom's golden child. Mike worked in sales and earned a good living, but nothing exceptional. Nonetheless, they were consistently portrayed as the successful ones. Me? I started my graphic design firm from scratch 4 years ago following my divorce. I work my buttocks off, often clocking 12-hour days to increase my customer base and keep food on the table for my children. But because I work from home and don't have a regular 9 to 5 job, Mom always assumed I was unemployed. Amelia's still figuring things out, she'd tell relatives during family gatherings. Olivia enjoyed her stable life with Mike and the children. She would make tiny remarks anytime we were together. Must be nice to have such a flexible schedule, she'd say, flashing a phony, charming smile. I couldn't handle not knowing where my next paycheck was coming from. The beach house incident was just the most evident evidence of partiality. Every year, I'd see Olivia post dozens of Instagram photographs from their fantastic family vacation at my mother's beach house. The kids making sandcastles, Mike grilling on the deck, Olivia relaxing in the hammock with a drink. Meanwhile, my children and I would spend the 2 weeks at home, sometimes going to the neighborhood pool or watching movies. Last summer was the breaking point. I had just secured my largest client yet, a software business that asked me to overhaul their whole brand identity. It was a 6-figure contract that would set us up well for the year. I was eager to announce the news during Mom's birthday party in June. "That's wonderful, dear," Mom exclaimed when I told her about the deal. "Maybe now you can think about getting a more stable job." Olivia laughed. "Come on, Mom. Amelia likes playing around on her computer. It's not like she's ready for a real career." I kept my mouth shut like I always do. However, later that evening, while Mom was giving her yearly sorry, not enough room speech about the beach house, Olivia decided to twist the knife. "You know, Amelia," she remarked in a voice that everyone heard, "maybe if you had a real job, you could afford your own vacation. The rest of us shouldn't have to sacrifice our family time because you can't get your life together." Mom gave a nod. "Olivia has a point. Honey, Mike worked so hard and those kids deserve their vacation. Maybe when you're more established." I smiled and nodded like I had for the previous 7 years. "Of course, I understand. I hope you all have a good time." But within, I was done. Absolutely finished. That tech startup deal was only the beginning. Word spread about my work, and I soon had more clients than I could handle. I boosted my fees, became more choosy about clients, and began to establish something larger than a freelance firm. By October, I had a stable enough income to recruit 2 people. By December, I'd secured 3 additional significant corporate clients. By February, I was looking for office space and thinking about expanding into digital marketing services. The money was coming in, but I hadn't told anyone in my family. In March, right on schedule, I got the annual call. "Amelia, honey," Mom began. "I hate to do this again, but the beach house is just too full this year. Olivia and Mike are bringing Jack's friend along and—" I stopped her. "No problem at all, Mom. I completely understand." There was a pause. I think she expected me to argue or sound upset. "Oh, okay," she replied. "Well, maybe next year." That week I bought a resort. Not just a vacation rental. A resort. It was a small beachfront property in South Carolina that had gone up for sale. For guest cottages, a main house with 6 bedrooms, a private pool, a game room, and direct beach access. It needed some updates, but the bones were fantastic. I had been saving up to buy property anyway, and this was the perfect opportunity. My idea was simple. Renovate it, use it for family vacations and corporate retreats, and rent it out in between. I hired a contractor, interior designer, and landscaper. We got to work immediately. By June, it was stunning. Bright, modern, family-friendly, with themed cottages, pirate, nautical, tropical, and modern chic, plus a fully stocked kitchen, outdoor grill area, and every board game imaginable. My kids were thrilled. They helped design the bunk beds and chose the game room setup. I didn't tell anyone in my family. Instead, I listed the entire property as booked for the first 2 weeks of July under fake names. I created fake email accounts and made the reservations myself. The week before the 4th of July, I called Mom. "Hey, just wanted to check in. Are you all set for the beach house next week?" "Of course," she said. "Olivia and the kids are so excited. Mike even took extra time off work this year." "That's great," I said. "We'll be at the beach too." A pause. "You will?" "Yep," I said. "I finally decided to take your advice and get my own vacation place. We'll be just down the coast in South Carolina. Whole place to ourselves." "Oh, how nice," she said slowly. "Maybe we could come visit one day?" "Oh, I'd love that," I said brightly. "But unfortunately, it's completely full. Booked solid for weeks. Maybe next year." "Oh," she said, sounding confused. "Well, maybe we'll see you at the beach sometime." "Maybe," I said and left it at that. On July 3rd, I posted a photo on Facebook. My kids playing in the pool of our new resort. So excited for our first real family vacation in years. #beachlife, #newtraditions. Olivia saw it first. "OMG, where is this?" she commented. "This place looks amazing." I didn't reply. The next day, I posted a video of the kids enjoying the game room, followed by a sunset barbecue dinner on the deck. By the end of the week, I had shared dozens of photos, beach days, sandcastles, movie nights, even a Esmores evening by the fire pit. The messages started rolling in. Cousins, aunts, and uncles wanted to know where this magical place was. I told them I'd bought a resort and was thinking about opening it for family events next year. Olivia messaged me privately. "I had no idea you were doing so well. This place is insane. We should totally do our family vacation here next year. The beach house is getting so cramped with all the kids." I waited a day before replying. "Oh, I'd love that, but I'll have to see what the availability is like. It's been super popular so far." Mom called me that night. "So, you really bought a resort?" "Sure did. Why didn't you tell anyone?" "Well, I wasn't sure it would work out, and you know how busy you are with Olivia's family. I didn't want to burden you with updates." That's incredible, honey. Thanks, Mom. It's been a game changer for us. The kids finally feel like they have a place they belong." There was silence for a moment. Then she said, "Maybe next summer we can do a big family trip together. At your place." I smiled. "Maybe," I said, "if there's room." The best part? For the first time in years I felt free. No more begging for scraps of affection or attention. No more making excuses to my children about why Grandma didn't include them. We had our own traditions now, our own memories. And while Olivia's family continued to cram into the same old beach house, We built something better. Not just a vacation, but a legacy. And just like my mother always said, maybe next year, that August, I hosted a small end-of-summer gathering at the resort. A few close friends, my kids' best friends and their parents, and some colleagues. Everyone was blown away by the place. One of my friends pulled me aside and said, "Amelia, this place is like something out of a movie. Why aren't you running it full-time?" That got me thinking. I had some savings left and I'd made smart investments over the years. So I took the plunge. I quit freelancing full-time and turned the resort into a luxury retreat space. I hired a manager, a chef, a yoga instructor, and a few part-time staff. We offered weekend wellness retreats, creative workshops, and family camp weeks. Bookings filled up fast. By Christmas, we were turning people away. I sent out a holiday card that year with a family photo in front of the main house. Everyone was wearing matching pajamas, and the text read, "Wishing you peace, joy, and room to grow in the new year. From our home to yours." I sent one to Mom and Olivia too. Olivia texted me, "So the place is real, huh?" I replied with a smiley face. She didn't respond. In February, I got a call from a cousin. "Your mom says you bought a hotel?" "It's a boutique resort," I corrected gently. "Just something small I'm running now." She said she's never even seen it. She hasn't. I explained the whole situation. The years of exclusion, the last-minute uninvites, the way my kids had been made to feel like outsiders. The cousin was quiet for a second. Then she said, "That's messed up, Amelia. I'm really sorry." Word got around the family. A few relatives reached out and apologized for not noticing sooner. Others made plans to visit the resort. By summer, we were hosting family reunions, birthday parties, and even small weddings. My kids flourished. They helped plan events, learned to cook with the chef, and even led scavenger hunts for younger guests. Meanwhile, Olivia called me in July. "Hey, just wondering if there's any chance you have space the week after next? Our AC went out at the beach house and..." I cut her off. "Oh no, sorry, we're booked solid through August." "Right?" she said. "Of course you are." A week later, she posted on Facebook, "Some people forget where they came from, but that's okay. We remember who stuck by us when times were tough." I didn't reply. What was there to say? I had spent years waiting for an invitation that never came, bending over backward for people who saw me as optional. Not anymore. This 4th of July, I posted a photo of our family fireworks night. Sparklers, laughter, joy. The caption read, "When you're not given a seat at the table, build your own, and make it beachfront." The comments were flooded with love and support. One aunt wrote, "Proud of you, Amelia." Another said, "Looks like you started your own beautiful tradition." Olivia didn't comment. Neither did Mom. But I know they saw it. Because 2 days later, I got a text from Mom. "Hope you're doing well. We miss you." I stared at it for a long time. Then I put my phone down, walked outside, and joined my kids by the bonfire. They were roasting marshmallows and singing along to music, the stars reflecting in their eyes. In that moment, I realized I hadn't just built a resort. I'd built a life worth celebrating. One that didn't need their approval, their permission, or their presence. I was finally home. Later that month, I got an unexpected email from a local magazine. They had heard about my resort through a guest and wanted to do a feature story. I hesitated at first but agreed. The article came out in September, titled "From Freelance to Family Retreat: One Woman's Journey to Building Her Dream Resort." They included gorgeous photos, quotes from guests, and a bit of my backstory, how I'd felt like the black sheep in my own family and decided to create something better. The story went semi-viral locally. Bookings surged. I got messages from people thanking me for being vulnerable, for sharing the pain behind the success. A single mom wrote, "You gave me hope. Thank you." A man who hadn't spoken to his siblings in a decade said, "Your story made me want to reconnect with my brother. We walked the beach, just the two of us." And she said, "You built something beautiful, Amelia. I'm proud of you." I smiled. "Thanks, Mom. I'm proud of me too." Olivia didn't come. She still hasn't. That's okay. Some people stay in the past. I've chosen the future. Now every summer, Our resort is filled with laughter, with people who choose each other, who show up, who stay. And every time I see my kids running down that beach, I know I didn't just break a cycle. I built a new beginning,